Steve's Restaurant, Toronto, Canada, owned and operated by George Nastos. It's a big, bustling, and very busy place. Every day, Nastos and his staff serve approximately 600 meals to customers who begin pouring in at 6 a.m. His serving staff and the back kitchen crew are run off their feet keeping up with the rush. For years, in order to keep his grease trap relatively free of wet waste solids and grease that flow down the drain into the grease trap, George paid a professional cleaner to come in every 6 weeks to vacuum the grease trap and clear exit pipes. The cost? About $120 to $160 per visit. Today, however, things have changed. Now he rarely cleans his grease trap, and there are no more odors at Steve's Restaurant, and no more costly shutdowns because of clogged pipes. The reason? George now has a Rhino unit, a food scrap interceptor that he claims he'll never be without. In restaurants without a Rhino food scrap interceptor, grease and wet waste solids flow through pipes into the grease trap, where waste gathers at the bottom. Water settles over the solids, and grease floats to the top. Since standard grease traps often form part of the wastewater flow path, complete separation of water, solids, and grease is not always possible. Wet waste solids and grease flow toward the grease trap outlet, leading to the sewage system, clogging pipes along the way. Solids that accumulate begin to decay. So regular maintenance by a grease and wet waste removal specialist becomes a necessary part of the ever-increasing cost of doing business. Today, more than at any other time in history, prevention is recognized as the preferred strategy for resolving problems. Prevention that begins with at-source recovery, simply, effectively, and economically. And that's where Rhino comes in. The Rhino system is a safe, reliable, cost-effective, and environmentally friendly food scrap interceptor system that captures wet waste solids before they enter public sewage systems. Pipes leading from sinks are diverted through the top of the Rhino. In food service areas that experience higher volume, double or even triple units are often preferable to a single Rhino. What's more, the Rhino's applications aren't limited to restaurants alone. The Rhino provides tremendous opportunities for savings to homeowners as well. The unit can be easily installed under kitchen sinks with or without a garburator. If a garburator is already in place, waste can be diverted directly from the garburator into the Rhino. For homeowners with septic tanks, a Rhino unit ensures that water entering the tank and exiting to the purification field is almost entirely free of all but the most minute wet waste particles. Whatever the application, the system works this way. Water containing wet waste solids and grease flows down the drain and through a specially designed disposable filtration membrane. With waste material removed, clearer water flows out by gravity or is pumped out by an integrated pump unit. When the filtration bag fills up, it's easily removed. In seconds, a new bag is installed with no fuss or mess, and the Rhino unit is back in operation. In the case of double or triple Rhino units, when one filter bag fills up, the Rhino automatically shifts over to the next Rhino unit. The byproduct collected in the Rhino filter bag is biodegradable and can be put out with regular waste collections. With a Rhino installed, let's look at what happens to wet waste now. Since wet waste solids are almost entirely eliminated by the Rhino food scrap interceptor, water that exits to the public sewage system is cleaner, and so are the pipes it flows through. Odors associated with decaying solids at the bottom of grease traps are also eliminated. Because the Rhino unit dramatically reduces the need for costly professional cleaning of the grease trap, economic payback on initial investment is rapid. In 3 years of extensive on-site monitored testing, teams of independent environmental engineers reported that the Rhino food scrap interceptor achieved these results. In most cases, the removal of total suspended solids, oil, and grease were greater than 75% and as high as 90%. The Rhino food scrap interceptor has been in the research, planning, and design stage for 6 years, including 3 years of on-site testing. Throughout that period, we have dedicated ourselves to developing superior quality products. reflected in the fact that the Rhino system is being assembled by an ISO 9001 registered manufacturer. Throughout North America and around the world, there is a growing concern for the development of safe and effective ecological solutions to pollution. This concern is reflected in the fact that regulatory agencies are now in the process of instituting stringent maintenance programs for industrial, commercial, and even residential wastewater installations. The Rhino unit furnishes the answer by providing a cost-effective, innovative, easy-to-use means of intercepting millions of pounds of waste at source and preventing it from entering municipal water treatment plants. The Rhino system. Cost-saving, innovative, easy to use and maintain, at-source recovery, ecologically friendly and correct. Rhino, helping you cut down your cleanup costs while doing the environment a favor.